Hello.
Oh, hello.
I'm your host.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody out there?
It's the Shedheads podcast,
Oh, yeah. We're doing the intro. I forgot. Fuck. Run it back.
number 59.
Can we do it over? Shit.
No, we
Fuck.
can't.
Fuck. Have you, have you seen that one clip? It was like, there's this wrestling thing, and they were live, like, and shit. It was just like, it's an interview, and even the guys, like, oh, wait, can we do that over? They're like, no, we're live. We can't do that.
Do it live!
It was just something he said completely out of character. It was just hilarious.
Like Bill O'Reilly.
Oh man. So fuck. Hello everybody. It's me, your guy, the Sky Guy.
I'm your host, Peter Danklage.
Guys, we clearly know what we're doing here on the Shedheads podcast, where we discuss different forms of media, mostly music, movies, and video games.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's your cup of fancy tea, then we got that in spades here, because that's all we do.
Yeah, we are. Lately, all we do is talk about music. So that's cool. That's what we're doing today.
I mean that's the main one we got in common, you know, as being both musicians and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No jazz yet, but maybe soon. Stay tuned.
No, I honestly don't know how that conversation would go. Like,
That's why it would be.
That's probably why you haven't gotten any jazz.
That's why it would be fun.
I mean, hey, if you wanna write notes and like the notes that I did on a few of those other podcasts, then I'll give you it. But we gotta be able to talk about it. The thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I got quite a few. Anyways. Guys, we got some music here on the itinerary.
Today we don't have any jazz for you.
No, none of that. None of that shit.
No. Today we've got a couple rock albums released plenty of years apart. And we're starting with yours today.
Yeah, what are we talking about? I forgot.
I don't think you forgot.
No, it's Rush.
I think you know what you're talking about.
It's Rush. But, like, damn, I haven't heard the album in like a week now already.
That's weird.
I was ready for the podcast, like, when we did the Rex and all that.
Yeah. Like, you were ready last week.
Yeah, so it might as well have happened then.
Yeah, we didn't do it then, because I hadn't listened yet. But now I've listened 3 whole times. And you've listened 3 whole times.
I listened more than that.
Okay. I didn't, but I did know a good portion of your album, and you knew mine too.
I knew pretty much all of yours already.
Yeah.
So I'm rocking more than 3 on both of them.
Yeah. But anyway.
I think I've heard yours 4 times anyway, but yeah.
Probably. Let's get into Rush then.
I guess we're just jumping on into it. So yeah. Wait. Did we say the titles of all these for the people at home?
This one is Moving Pictures.
Yeah, it is in the it is in the title, I guess, too.
Yeah. Got
Moving Pictures and the 59 sound from the Gaslight Anthem.
Uh-huh.
It's funny, they're both rock albums, but they're so fucking different from each other.
They're very different. And very different sides of the rock genre, I guess.
I mean, that's why genres are just so, like, I don't know.
They're very broad.
I don't bother with them anymore.
I bother with them. But
there's just a few things where it's just like I'll go crazy trying to like try to define what this is.
Mm-hmm.
I'd much rather just listen to it
rather
than be like, oh, it's a progressive metal jazz fusion pop electric thing.
This is
it's like just pile more on the adjectives.
Yeah, well, descriptors, information, it's all good.
I mean, that's what I live for. That's why I'm here.
Nah. So we're here to discuss an album that you haven't heard in the last week, but
yeah, but I've heard it 10 times
you did
already.
Say that, yeah, you said you heard it a bunch when you recommended it.
Oh yeah, I love this album. Like, full disclosure.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty clear.
I thought you did. I have no idea when to stamp this one. And a cat should probably be put away.
Probably.
Because this is really annoying.
That's how it goes. They match the energy. So let's get fucking into it. We said we were going to like a minute ago, and then we just dicked around. So, Moving Pictures. What do you think of the album? Hit me with what first impressions and all that. What do you think?
I love it.
Cleo,
I love Rush.
Nice.
Rush is a good.
Finally,
is a great band. Yeah. I told you I was gonna hit you with Rush, but then I didn't commit to it. So I thought it was funny when you hit me with Rush.
Well, yeah, because I ain't waiting.
Yeah.
I ain't waiting around for your ass.
I
want to wait through like 3 more Radiohead albums and.
Yeah, I've listened to, not listened to, but I've known a few songs on this album for a long time, because we've got YYZ all the way back on Guitar Hero 2, I believe. So I've known that shit for a long goddamn time, and then
MP3 players, iPods, nah. I listen to my music from Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Yeah. It was like 2005 or earlier. I don't know. And then we had Tom Sawyer, of course, the big
title
hit.
track, which can segue right into that.
Well, it's not the title track.
Not the title track, the first one.
Yeah. That's that one's on Rock Band 1, I think, or 2. I don't know. Do you remember playing it on Rock Band?
No, I don't. I don't
And it was
remember
probably
anything. I remember 0 things from Rock Band.
Yeah, then it was probably on the first one. I guess if you want to go right track by track immediately.
Oh, what'd you think of the album cover?
Yeah, I didn't look at the album cover.
You don't look at the albums like ever. You're
Yeah,
just
not
like,
really.
Oh, cool, they're a thing.
Yeah, I mean, if it like catches my eye, but this one was just like a white box and a black box, and I was like, okay, there's something in the white in the box, but I didn't pay attention to what it was. So if you want to talk about it, go for it.
I mean, you can just look at it right now. Well,
Okay.
I mean, guys, this is the kind of podcast we're running here, apparently. I mean, it's funny. I look at this and it kind of looks like a more like metal album. Like, it looks like what's going to be around. Maybe just because the black and red, and it's kind of got like almost a Renaissance type of style with it.
Yeah, it looks how I remember it. It's a white box and a black box.
Cool.
And there's some people in red suits, and they're moving pictures. Ha ha ha. So I guess I get the album title now.
Okay, so then go on ahead. Then we'll just open it with the first track.
Hooray! Do you not have a comment on the pictures?
I was talking about, but I mean, I guess if that's what's gonna be.
Oh, you were?
No, that's fine.
What do you got?
Let's just move on.
What do you got for
No,
me?
that's fine. Let's just move on.
No. You asked me a question. Now I'm curious.
You answered it. It's fine.
You must have brought it up for a reason.
It's just the part of the segments here, I guess.
What do you think is notable?
I mean, I already said it. It kind of reminds me of a metal album.
Oh, you did, I guess. Really? Can you elaborate on that?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
How so?
Because of the black and red and the wide text on for the band name. And also it's kind of got a very rustic but Renaissance type of art style with it too. Very dark muted colors.
Yes. Okay, I see. What metal albums are you getting the feel of with that?
I don't know. I didn't say any in particular. I just said the first impression, if anything.
It makes me think of the album Metal by Pink Floyd.
No, it's not even remotely close in terms of a cover. I know you're trying to meme, but it's kind of eh.
Well, that's what it got me thinking of anyway. So
okay, why?
Just because it's called Metal, and it reminds me of metal albums. Okay. So now we can talk about the music on the Metal album.
Okay.
The track 1 is Tom Sawyer, as you already stated. What do you have to say about this?
It's you're the one that was introduced to it. So what do you think of it?
No, I've known this. I want to know what you say too.
Okay.
Because you're new to Rush.
I mean, just it starts out the gate with a big old an 8-bit synths, which used a lot in this in the album. Oh, it's just a fucking bop. And you got a moderate drum beat, and then vocals picking it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all comes theatrical once like you get more of the guitar strumming coming in. You really feel the energy with the vocals.
Oh yeah.
Get you moving.
One day morning. What do you think of Geddy Lee? He's quite the voice on him.
Is that his name?
Quite the pipes. Yeah.
I don't know anything about the band yet.
Okay.
I just know this album.
Yes, he's the bassist and the vocalist, which is pretty god dang impressive for when you're making music like this.
There's some chunky bass in here, so I dig it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For sure. Just
And-
throughout the whole album.
And the drummer is the primary lyricist, maybe the only lyricist.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Neil Peart. I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name. Also, he's passed away, so rest in peace. Pretty
The
dang.
drums are super tight on this album, just all around.
Oh yeah. Those are some big names. And I checked out some like somewhat recent live footage of Rush, and they're still killing it. And that's some pretty dank shit for when this kind of shit doesn't sound like the kind of shit you're gonna see some dudes in their late 60s playing or 70s, especially the vocals, but they still kill it.
I could.
You could?
Yeah, I could. I don't know. That's most of the stuff I listen to.
Oh, right. Okay. No, I thought you were saying that you as a 70-year-old could be playing this.
I could. I'll say that. I'll predict when I'm 70, I'll still be rocking.
Yeah, so Tom Sawyer, he's a mean ride or something. I did look.
Mean prime.
Yeah, I did look at the lyrics because they are something I appreciate with Rush.
One thing that I fucking love with this is the drums and the bass working off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of back and forth, just with the smaller rhythms too.
Oh yeah, you mean in the verses?
Just in general too, but yeah, in the verses
On the
here for sure.
Okay.
Like in the little break, we.
Yeah, so that's that synth that you hear right at the top. That's you said that's an 8-bit synth.
Well, I don't know about 8-bit, but like it's definitely like crunched up a bit. Yeah, not 8-bit, but it's a crunchy synth, and you got the bass like tuned up for. I got a little bit of distortion on there, but I don't just when I don't know, man. I just can only gush about this album. Like especially with the bass shot. Yeah. I mean, it's just following the rhythm, but the melody, but he put a little extra sugar on it to really make it bounce. Especially off of the drums too, like I said.
How would you classify Rush based on this album?
Like as in genre?
Yeah. Are they just a rock band or more progressive or?
I think I said, because I thought about it when I first heard it, and I think I settled on like progressive hard rock.
Okay. I could see that.
Because like, I'm not like strictly progressive because a lot of this album it's really riffy, and it kind of follows way more of a structure of like verses and then instrumental break.
Yeah.
But it gets really creative, like when it kind of follows through with some of those instrumental breaks and where it's going to go from there.
It really helps me dig Rush. I think that they've got this and this structure that
it's very digestible, but like
and the melodies are very very earwormy.
Oh yeah.
Across the vocal melodies, I was going to say, because almost every isolated, segment of Tom Sawyer is earwormy, from the very first verse to the fucking whatever he's saying.
Oh yeah, whenever he gets way high up,
No, his mind is not for sale. Yeah, right.
That just gets me hyped up. I don't know, just the way he's singing. It reminded me a lot of AFI, Sing the Sorrow.
Oh, I could see that. I think there was fucking, I forgot who now, but when I was listening to this, I was like, oh, I bet that band was influenced by Rush. It wasn't AFI, but
Yeah.
I could see that too. Fuck. What's the third part of this?
Yeah, that was the bass riff that I was humming earlier.
Yeah, yeah. What you say about this company is what you say. Yeah, yeah.
They just all follow pretty well with each other, especially off of the vocals.
Is over. Yeah, every single part of it. A total hook, an earworm, and totally down with it.
And then you get some extra.
We got some riffage in the middle.
You also got some extra synth goodness on top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really know what to call the little piano thing. Yeah, it's like the it's a sample, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know what the fuck to call it. Like, I don't even know what I can think of to describe it. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all at home know what I'm talking about. I did the thing.
Oh yeah. It's just that like.
Just the really like wubby. You know, kind of computer synth ish.
Wubby. Oh yeah.
Because you get that in that little in the middle of it with it's kind of a bit of a solo.
Oh yeah.
That I think is like playing with with the whammy and like maybe distortion pedals too.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite song? Is this your favorite song?
No, but it's up there. I mean, I love every track on here.
I would say there wasn't a disappointing song.
No.
There's like one maybe slight lull in here. And it's not like a track in its entirety. So I guess I'll talk about that when we get there. But I think generally it just keeps punching. It just
keeps its momentum, really. Like all the way throughout.
All 40 minutes.
A fun fucking listen. Just
and 3
overall.
seconds. Yeah.
Guess we can move on then.
I like that this album doesn't, overstay its welcome at all. With only 40 minutes, 7 songs, they give you just enough to...
Oh, there are a few songs where I was like, that's it. It's not longer.
Really? Yeah, no. I'm totally the opposite. I'm totally happy with... They gave me enough to keep me excited about what's going on. They didn't, play with it too long to where I lose interest very often, which I appreciate. But yeah, we can move on to Red Barchetta, which I thought this one was. Oh, I really love the harmonics.
Dude, it's so funny, like that riff. It's just playing. Yeah, it's playing off of harmonics.
Yep, I really love that.
To get that sound, there's quite a bit of that,
and I love the fade.
I really love how they play with that.
I know it's a small thing, but the way that it fades out with that for like 30 seconds or maybe even less at the end, I really dig. Kind of the same way it comes in.
You kind of get a more watery distortion with the with the lead guitar, Very Well, I mean watery, I kind of mean almost like a Nirvana type distortion with it, but just in a higher register.
Yeah.
Like think of... There's some
chorus.
Think the Come As You Are like effect, but just and higher up,
There's some chorus on
higher
it,
range, yeah.
It's a very pretty sound, but also rockin'. Did you know Rush is Canadian? I didn't know.
Man, what a weird band so far.
No, I'm just enjoying it. The song's about a car.
No, it's about a farm. His uncle had a farm.
It's about a farm.
The first part reminded me of a bit of some Genesis type melody.
Yeah, I could see that.
And almost some Phil Collins singing, but I mean, not quite. He's not really gonna be like anybody else in terms of singing.
I would say I totally get it, because it is probably confusing, I guess, that I enjoyed Rush so much, but I haven't enjoyed things as much like Genesis or the Tubes or whatever. I don't know if that confuses you or if that makes sense to you.
It kind of does. I can see why. I figured, I was like, dude, if he doesn't like this album, I'm gonna give up on like music that I like for him.
No, yeah, no.
Because like it's a lot more hard rock. You got more expression with vocals, and it's really riffy.
Yeah,
so, like,
I think
and when it goes down to the the instrumental parts, it's not really anything too complex or introducing anything new. It's more or less like what it was doing with the chorus, but it'll execute on its own idea, you know.
Yeah, I
like
think
it'll have just enough that's new, you know.
I think that when when this album gets all instrumental on your ass, it really fucking fits the song, and it's very melodic. It really pushes it with some forward momentum instead of just like, check me out, which is something that I feel, it for me holds back progressive rock as something that I can really sink my teeth into when there's just a solo for 5 minutes or some shit. But like on the next track, which we're not there yet, but you see there's even structure to a song that's purely instrumental that is really appreciated by me.
Again, a lot of it is just the instruments keep doing their own thing, and they introduce like one or two new voices.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a whole lot. It's just a small break.
But
I love how the song leans into to things like this track.
Which one? Red
Barchetta?
Barchetta. Yeah.
Like it's definitely sliding up. It really leans into it.
Oh yeah.
Gives it a lot more anticipation, which is what this album is really fucking good at. It's really good at anticipation and just drawing that out a bit.
I was gonna say I really like the mention for a second. It's funny that I mentioned this on this track. The lyrics, the themes that they're going for. I don't know how much you've caught lyrics on this album.
Quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah, because like I don't know, I feel like it's saying something. And that's appreciated. Like when I was listening to the Tubes and they were just talking about TV suicide, I was like, okay. So
they were saying shit.
I guess
they were saying it throughout that album.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't know. I kind of felt like okay, boomer. I don't know. He was talking about TVs and stuff.
It's not
like,
as impactful to you.
Yeah, like I guess what they're singing about.
It still doesn't diminish the message at all,
Yeah, I mean.
Or the concept.
Yeah. So I said it's funny that I mentioned that here because the song's just about how he's riding in his red Barchetta and his hair's in the wind, and so this one really impacted me. But no, obviously,
like the wind.
Obviously, I'm referring to stuff like Tom Sawyer and Limelight and Vital Signs when I'm talking about the lyrics more specifically. But yeah, I think everything is done with a lot of conviction here, and that's something that stands out for me. Anything you wanted to touch on specifically for Red Barchetta? I think the instrumentals were the most just like chill on this one because I'm really about those harmonics again.
The drums really make this shit.
No, yeah.
With it being, I don't know, they're just really clean. The drummers knows exactly what to do. You get a super punchy snare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get like some little extra fills to keep it moving, keep up the momentum.
Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like I heard this part before too. I feel like this album's just
they're changing up verses quite a bit too, which is awesome.
Yeah. No, I meant before before you recommended this. Like I feel like this part was familiar.
Yeah. I that's what you're saying.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think this whole album's kind of just if it is like their classic one, even though maybe the 2112 is more recognizable because of their logo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just one I started with to get me into dip my toes in and all that, and it seems to be working out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. With albums like this, it's like, could I have gone wrong with picking some of their stuff? Who knows?
I don't think so. Like, you should definitely check out The Trees. That one was on Rock Band 2. I don't know which album it's from, because again, they had like 40 albums, which is why like I didn't recommend you rush, because I was just like, how the fuck do I pick from all this? But you did it. So,
I did it.
YYZ, I guess.
Oh, ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
Oh man, that spike. I love this fucking song. This is my favorite one.
I figured, and it's up there for me too.
Literally, as soon as it started playing, like I was like halfway in the middle of it or something. I'm like, I fucking love this album. I don't even need to hear the rest.
Yeah, no, I fucking, like I said, it's a completely instrumental song, and the guitars, like the riffage going on here is just so memorable. Like it acts as a song that has structure and vocals and whatever. It's just, yeah, I don't know. So of course it draws me in, because it's doing a super progressive kind of rock kind of thing, but it's in 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
I was thinking it's more metal, like with its opening.
Oh yeah,
because it's very syncopated.
It's got a heavy.
Okay. It's very it's syncopated with itself. You know, like every instrument's doing some off rhythm type shit, but it's all playing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You only get some subdivision in the beginning with the drums, but that's what makes that shit for me.
They all get a little...
the drums subdividing the fuck out of it, and it's just all so fucking clean.
Mm-hmm. And they all get little solos on this one, too.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I like that. It's just like a quick little, like, look how dank I am. And then it, like, you know, and then it moves on from that.
It's so strange to me that's how you classify solos, but
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I think when, you know... when it's just... for like 5 minutes, I can't do that. So... I like that it kind of, they each get a little spot. It's like little guitar solo part, little bass solo part, and then a little drum fill, and then it goes on. It's back into like
it's a real bluesy type of thing. You know, it's what you would do with 12-bar blues, like typically. But I mean, way back in the day, you'd have that whole 12 bars as a solo. But I mean, for big band stuff, especially, it's way more common just be like, okay, you get a lick, back to the groove, back to the motif, then you do it.
Yeah, it's like,
but it kind of the lick, the groove also like kind of evolves a bit as it goes on. And just every part of it, it's like it's just a new type of like way for me to be bobbing. Like I love the part when it's just the electric guitar like strumming like every other beat. You know, you got that extra heavy punch. Especially, and do I even gotta mention when it breaks out into the 16ths and opening up like woo. Oh yeah, then when it adds when it explodes into the synth stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm just playing through some of it.
See, now this is a little strange for me with this song, because this is definitely way more of a progressive type, especially with the soundscape and how it, like, you know, blows up into this wider sound.
Yeah, this part right here is like the bridge, kind of. And then we're back into the... And it's just like the bass and the guitar are doubling up on that really riffy... riff.
Yeah, really riffy riff.
And it sounds great.
Yeah, they are playing the same rhythm at the same time.
Yes.
And then a few points they They will diverge and subdivide off of each other, which will give you a lot of variety with the song.
That just hit me. That little segment that you were just talking about. Yeah, kind of like a little ska thing. That part reminds me of early Billy Talent stuff. That's who I was reminded of, was Billy Talent, which makes sense.
My favorite little solo break is the bass.
I'd be
the harmonics and the slide down to like, it kind of sounds like it's adding an extra beat, so it just gives it even more anticipation. So it kind of like it trips you in a bit, but in a really good way. Right.
I was saying I'd be very.
I love it when shit can actually, when music and groups can manage to pull that off, like have like a fake beat almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like you like say you're expecting like a really big a really big just chorus, finale part, or whatever sound to hit you, and it's gonna come on one, or at least what you think is one, and then you just get an extra beat of just like nothing, or just a kick or something to like just anticipate it more, and then it hits you.
Right.
Like that's kind of like, I don't know, it's like in boxing when, it's like a quick sucker punch to then get you off balance a bit. You know what I'm saying?
I like the beat too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it specifically reminds me of Beach Balls by Billy Talent. If you want to go check that out. I was saying I would be very surprised if they weren't influenced by Rush, seeing as they're both Canadian bands. And Rush is the big fucking Canadian rock band. At least the guitarist of Billy Talent definitely picked up some shit from here. So I really like to hear that.
Just throughout this album, I pick out some like, oh shit, this like little detail, small things, or just whatever. Like in this song too, like it's just the fuck. This drummer has a spot drum.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a really high tom. And he just starts out with one of his rolls. No, it's so high. It's like. Yeah. It almost kind of sounds like a steel drum, but like not tuned as much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they must have a big old kick.
That's for the reggae
kit. I mean.
Okay. Well, I think that's a great song. I think generally still the songs that I knew did stand out for me more, just because that's kind of how it goes when you know some of them and you don't know others. That said, I barely knew the next one, Limelight, but I had heard it before. And
I don't think I have, but this is one of their big ones, and I think this one's my favorite song also on the album.
They're both your favorite.
Yeah,
I was just going to say
one.
This is definitely my favorite. So I'm a normie, but I'm proud normie, because yeah, man, this I've been singing this around my house, like.
Oh yeah, dude, this song gets in your head. It's an earworm.
Those who wish to be. I love the high note he hits at the end too.
You have to sing along with. It's just one of those songs, I don't know, like it's one of those things that you can't measure, but like fuck, the singability. And I guess it really just has to go with expressiveness in the vocals, and just the No, the musicality also. That's how he hits those high notes.
The song is so hype. I see like why this is the one Dan chose to cover.
Oh yeah, this is one of the best songs I probably heard.
Oh yeah, and again I like that it's saying something. It's about struggling with being as big as they'd gotten at that time.
Well, it's a lot of things that people don't ever think about. Also, in terms of stardom. It's like how he called it a universal dream. I was just like, oh yeah,
universal dream.
If I had any like qualms with this, it's I don't like the intro as much.
The intro.
That this
Oh yeah, it kind of reminds me of like True.
It kind of
like
reminds me
Def
of like some
Leppard or something.
AC/DC, like.
Yeah. Def Leppard, AC/DC, something like that. Absolutely.
But yeah, it's when the drums like kick into gear is when it's like, okay, yep, all I needed was the drums. They're so
For me,
solid on this album.
For me, I don't know how much it does for me till the vocals come in. Then it just gets going. Yeah, man.
You
Rush
also
is
get
good.
such a
Rush
wide
is a
sound
good
in the chorus too.
I still need to listen to this one with headphones.
Wide
honestly.
sound chorus. You haven't listened to this with headphones?
No.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I didn't. I was jamming in my car. That's my usual jam. Is my car.
Tisk.
Because I'm usually doing some driving throughout the week. If it's an album that I think really would benefit, then I'll use headphones.
Most of them do.
Almost every album will benefit with headphones. Yeah, but for some of them it's going to be more of a necessity than others. I would think one like this you could jam in your car. But
headphones will just make it so much better.
I'll have to get back to
because
after.
there's so much good shit happening with the bass that you just do not want to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I'll have to
makes
get
it
back
extra
to you
punchier.
after a headphone listen. Yeah, I don't know. This is my favorite one on here. And
also like the
everyone,
the song knows when to step back a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not constantly hitting at you, because a few times like when it leads up into the chorus, it's just the drums and the vocals going really. Like it kind of really just breaks it down a bit.
Mm-hmm. Living in a light,
Yeah, right there.
Universal dream. Yeah,
and then it
a little
kicks it up,
pre-chorus action.
It kicks it back up to build.
Mm.
It knows how to build. Just the album and just Rush in general.
Yeah, and I love the high note at the end. I already told you.
The underlying theme. Oh yeah.
The underlying theme.
Yep, that's the other.
Okay.
It's just a lot of anticipation into a resolution. It's like
you can tell we
real
like
fundamental shit that they just got going.
I'm gonna need help with this
camera
next
eye?
one. No, I think this is the one with the guitar part that was stuck in my head.
You got a bit of a sequencer in the start. That's a bit more of.
Oh yeah, this one kind of builds and then it changes directions around.
Like some soft synthage happening to slowly build it.
Yeah, and then it changed directions about 2 minutes 20
The
seconds.
snare doing a little pit pat, get some ambient.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing is, this one is where I was when I was referring to a lull. It was kind of the end of this one into like
The song's 11 minutes and it doesn't fucking feel like it.
into the beginning of Witch Hunt, maybe.
Yeah, because it is. That's what I was thinking
like
when you
the
said
little-
lull, because like it's an ambient section.
Yeah, that's kind of the lull for me. That's when it stops hitting you over the head with just all this insane awesomeness.
Yeah, but that's probably a good thing, You got it, like I said in Limelight, like you gotta know when to take a break.
Yeah.
Let the music breathe a bit. On the first few lessons, Jesus fucking Christ, that voice crack. On the first few lessons, like I'll say I probably would say the same thing. When I listen to it now, it's more like, oh shit, it's coming. Oh boy, it's again, it's building anticipation.
Oh, that's funny. Right around where I refer to a lull, I just skip and there's a giant like guitar solo.
Yeah, because this song, Witch Hunt, fucking grows. But yeah, we're on the camera eye, my guy.
No, yeah, this is the camera eye.
Oh,
That's where the guitar solo is.
okay, then yeah.
Yeah, it's like the last few minutes of Camera Eye. Maybe could have been shortened for me. But generally I don't have a problem with its length.
Gotta be short.
I think, huh?
Could have been shorter.
Yeah, I think having about 2.5 minutes of this like completely separate introduction is a cool choice.
It's a build.
And then I love the guitar part it goes into. Then you get, the vocals come in around like 4 or 5 minutes in somewhere.
Also, the main riff it's a bit of a variation off of the one in I think YYZ.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking of. That's why I started like humming that one while we were over in YYZ.
The synths in the back are pretty much act as a choir too.
Mm-hmm.
Real simple in terms of chords. Just so you get there, and then it just goes down.
I would
a little quick change.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't cut like too much, and I don't have a problem with it being.
You cut the song, you ruin it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, I'd just say the end of that one into the beginning of Witch Hunt is the lull for me, I guess. But if you want to talk more specifically about this one, the thing that mainly sticks out for me about the Camera Eye is definitely that guitar section.
Just a lot that's going on in the song. I really like the guitar sound that they have going on, like a really twangy, almost reggae. A little bit that works pretty well, I think.
Huh. Doesn't make me think reggae, but I do like the sound.
It's a reggae type, I guess. Again, these are the best ways I can describe it.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I think of like whoop, whoop, when I think of reggae.
Well, it kind of like it almost gives it a different like quality to it, because it kind of sounds like steel drums, but like it doesn't have that harsh of an attack, know. But you still get that same kind of like bounce back kind of reverb to it.
Mm-hmm. Steel drums are a cool instrument.
They're cool, but what are you going to use them in?
Reggae.
Yeah. I mean, a few other things, maybe.
Yeah. I guess this one's like the most traditional like progressive rock song on here, maybe.
I guess so.
There's not a lot of...
I still would go with progressive hard rock because it's all still really riffy.
Yeah, there's not a lot of...
It mostly stays the same throughout, like in the middle. It's just you get a little bit of breaks, solo stuff.
Yeah,
some variation.
I was going to say without... there's not as much structure as the rest of the songs, especially with the vocal part. It kind of... They come in and... they do a section, and then it's more like the guitar is structured because you're hit with the riff at the beginning, and then that riff comes back, and then there's a solo for the outro. And yeah, like I said, what sticks out to me the most is that guitar part. And what I appreciate about it is that it's not like in YYZ, I said I think they totally accomplished being like doing something complex but also very melodic and catchy, and that sticks in your head. And in this one, like, they're not afraid to just do something relatively simple that's extremely catchy too, which is of course just that do 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 do. It's like, yeah, that's something I'll be humming.
There's a lot of involved like sounds happening and distortion going on. Like even at the end, it's like, how do they get some of these? Like, how do they get the guitar to be so like fucking wavy?
Mm-hmm.
And he has some extra little touches of the crunched up synth to fade it out. Give it some ambience.
Fucking ambience. I deserve ambience. Witch Hunt might be the most forgettable one for me. How about you?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
I love this song. This is one of my favorites.
I can't really remember it right now. That's why I'm saying that. I'm hearing it. It is ambient for the first minute or so. Let me hear what we got going on. Because I really like the closing track.
Cool, you got so much cowbell on this. How can you not like it?
Well, I'm letting it come back to me. I remember this, but I can't remember where it's headed.
Come on, this is the part where you get the big ah. He's listening to it.
Oh,
guys.
there. I like that part when it comes into this part. About a minute and 50 seconds in, when that vocal line starts,
Yeah.
faces are distorted and grotesque, all that. So I guess, yeah, the lull lasts about 3 or 4 minutes between the end of the last song and the
I
beginning
don't like
of this.
it when you call it the lull.
Well, I'm allowed to have an opinion.
No, well,
that's
the
the
fact
lull
that
in
you
my
have
opinion.
it so like, yeah, okay, the lull for you, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's still again, it serves for ambience.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't do much for me at this time. And that's all I'm saying. I appreciate... I'm trying to remember where it goes from there. Okay. Yeah, so
Again,
I
more
think
that
after...
oh, yeah, I get that. I said that again for you. The chorus, it really blows up.
Yeah, no, I do like the rest of the song.
Yeah, in the first listens, yeah, I'm like, huh, what's happening here? It's like we get an ambient track, but then it turns something else. But like then when you look at the track as a whole and what it becomes and how wide the sound gets,
I don't have...
it's like it kind of makes sense. Like if they didn't have that, ambience in the beginning of the track, it would all blend together and just be constant, like, just big old sounds in your ear. Which
I don't know, because
it's all about like the ebbs and flows and all that.
Because
it's gotta go down and build back up.
The end of the camera eye that I'm including in my lull is like, it's a pretty rockin' part. I'm talking about like all out solos and just jamming.
Yeah, it just ends too, but like
yeah. But yeah, I like the rest of this. I forgot what I was just about to say about it. But yeah, also those lyrics were memorable, the ones that I mentioned. I remember. Did I already say that I listened once with lyrics pulled up? I know I tried to say it. I don't remember if I actually said that.
Wait, what?
I listened once with lyrics pulled up.
Oh, nice.
Because
Yeah, you didn't mention
I
that.
do know Rush has good lyrics.
I just
And
heard it so much where I picked up on a few.
Rush is like one of the few progressive rock bands that isn't just adapted by like modern conservatives.
What?
So that's cool.
Wait, what?
But
What does that mean?
like they're not, like Leonard Skinner or fucking I can't think.
Yeah, but what does adapted by conservatives mean? Which, by the way, that sounds like its own band name.
Adapted by conservatives. No, like just totally. I don't know. All the fucking alt-writers in my school were big progressive rock guys.
Okay.
So that's it seems to be like a theme, and Rush is notably progressive, which is a cool thing about Rush. And I think that shows in the lyrics too.
Okay. I guess I got lost there, but it's fine. Yeah, anyways, Witch Hunt. Yeah, it's a sleeper hit for me, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And the...
Vital Signs.
Yeah, I really liked Vital Signs. I'm struggling to remember, but this was another one that got in my head.
This one's like
Dancey.
almost it's ska reggae-y almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost a complete tone shift for the album.
Boing.
But it works out really well, I think.
The lyrics on here really stand out.
Yeah. Oh, I love the lyrics on here.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember the line that I wanted.
I think we were thinking of the same one.
Yeah, this isn't it.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody wants you. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, but whatever he's actually saying there, I remember.
Yeah, everybody's got mixed feelings about the function and the form. Everybody wants to deviate from the norm. I love how it just like stops there, and then the synth is allowed to like fade back in and build it back up.
Yeah, everybody got to elevate from the norm. Yeah, this is why I was bringing up.
Everybody got to deviate from the norm too.
Well, yeah, it's both. That's why I was bringing up that they're like more forward thinking lyrically, which is something that I appreciate. Because it's relevant in songs like this and Tom Sawyer. And I was going to say Limelight, but that one's more of a personal one. But yeah, I think this is a standout for me on this album as well.
They got a lot of interesting sounds like working in tandem with each other. Like he got extra distortion on his voice.
Mm-hmm.
You got that that sequenced synth and then extra whamp, I guess, on the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Whamp.
Whamp. Whamp. Yeah,
you know
it is just like a kind of reggae line right there.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
It gets me schmoving.
And
But I think it's a great
bass line
closer, yeah.
as well. Fucking Geddy Lee, man. Good shit.
Well, that's it. We did it.
Cool
We made
closer.
it through a Rush album.
Cool closer. And yeah, I really like this album a lot.
Good.
And I was gonna pick it up today. And Amoeba only had a $30 double edition with a DVD and all this stuff I didn't need. So
yeah, sad face, but it's okay. I'm glad you liked the album as much. Finally, I got one to hit pretty strong. So, final thoughts: like it, hate, not hate it. Like it, grade it. What would you rate it?
What am I rating it? Man, I think you get a 9 today.
Oh boy,
a 9.
I was graced with a
9 out of 10. That's
the key word there, pun intended.
You got your grace.
Bless.
You did it. So I hope that's good enough for you.
Oh no, that's great.
Okay,
I
good.
think the favorite bands list already needs an update for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I this isn't quite progressive, like I said, but it's a nice in between. This is the I think one of the best in terms of the middle of the Venn diagram for harder rock and progressive.
Hmm. I think that's why they appeal so much to.
Yeah, it makes sense. But like you
So
got
many.
super theatric and expressive vocals, super wide sounds, interesting sound choices with synths that work super well off of that. Fucking tight ass drums and like super smooth bass.
Uh-huh.
Working off of all that. It's just all these great things coming together. I don't know. This is one of my favorite albums of all time now for sure. And probably one of the albums that I can closest point to being a perfect record. So with that, I'm giving it a 10.
Perfect. We did it, guys.
Pretty much there, yeah. I don't know what else. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck else it can do better, or like any criticisms I have. I'll just listen to this over and over again, and just spawned a new Rush fan. I'm gonna check out more of their shit for sure.
Yes, I did remember other bands that you should check out, so I'll have to give you some of those.
Oh, that's quite a few, yeah. I got a few more on my list too. That's for sure.
Okay, we're back, and now I'm eating in your ear.
Oh yeah, he's eating and I'm starving. It's okay. That's how it goes.
Yay.
So what do we got next?
We got the 59 sound.
The 59 sound. I don't know what comes after that.
You kind of got the melody.
Yeah, it's the melody. I don't remember the words. That's what I meant.
By the Gaslight Anthem, the second time they featured on our podcast.
Featured?
Yeah, I want to know what you think about this compared to
Get Hurt. Yeah, well, I went and did you a song listen to Get Hurt.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Along there.
Then I'm curious.
Bring that up.
I'm very curious. Let's start with that then.
What were we starting with? Get Hurt again?
Your thoughts. There was just a mess on the couch.
Yeah, I know. I saw. And I smell the tuna, and I'm sure your cats do also.
Tuna. It's tofu.
Oh, well, it smells like tuna.
Yeah.
Some gross ass tofu there. Oh man, I'm gonna bring it up just so I can remember the tracks and all that. Let's see. Like we said before, I already knew like pretty much most of this.
I do play this one in the car a lot.
Yeah. Like I imagine this is like up there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Considering, yeah, I know so many of the songs already.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, I guess, yeah, more general. Like, which one did you prefer?
Probably Get Hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. If we're gonna do the disclosure, yeah, probably Get Hurt probably. Just because there's more variety in that album, and that's something that I like quite a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I get a little more distinction of like, okay, this is what these songs are. And both of the albums are still pretty consistent, Just because you got variety doesn't mean it can't be, and it doesn't mean it can't be consistent.
Right.
But
it can be consistent in terms of quality.
Yeah, with also how they're written, how they're played, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Just all that stuff. I guess the through line of these two records, and yeah, with the Strength of Gaslight Anthem is definitely the vocals and how expressive they can be.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
He's got a unique vocal quality that works pretty well with the distortion on the guitars and all that. Really helps it to come through. And with pop punk like this, it can be easy to kind of lose those the vocals in kind of the swarm that is just.
Oh yeah. And this one, the 59 sound is a lot more Americana, kind of Bruce Springsteen-y. That's the comparison that they get all the time. I know you don't really know any Bruce Springsteen, but to other people that means something.
Yeah.
There are two very different sounding albums. And they've been through a few different kind of aesthetic a few different aesthetics throughout their discography. And actually neither of these are my favorite Gaslight album, but
wow, so you gave me two before giving me your favorite one.
I'm not giving you my favorite because it would probably just be your least favorite, so I was trying to give you ones that you would like.
I see.
My favorite is Sink or Swim, which is their first album. It's like the 59 sound in terms of songwriting, but the production is a lot more it's a lot more like crunchy, distorted guitars. The vocals are a lot more like grimy, grungy kind of. In this one they're a lot cleaner. Everything's cleaner and spacier on this album. So I figured out of these two, which this is my second favorite probably of their albums.
It's a relatively solid album for sure.
Yeah. This is my second favorite. And it's the classic for a lot of Gaslight Anthem fans.
That makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of their fans didn't like Get Hurt, and I did. And it sounds like I made the right choice a few years ago to give you Get Hurt. So I'm happy with that.
A few, Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, I guess like 2 years ago.
2, yeah.
I made the right choice back then. But yeah, let's get into it.
I don't know. Like listening back, I think Get Hurt loses a bit momentum for me, and this one doesn't really have that issue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really I guess have an explanation to why, but it's just there, I guess.
Sure.
Just some food for you, I guess.
Sure.
So for the first track, I guess. I guess here we go with the Shedheads podcast album art segment. There's not really much to talk about. The album art's lame.
It's just them.
Album cover's lame as fuck, yeah. 25. First track.
Great Expectations. You definitely knew this one.
Yeah, I knew this one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't know by the name, but like as soon as it's strange. It's just it opens up with what's playing.
It sounds like the needle getting put on a record.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the little guitar noodly thing. Very, very quiet. So like, I turn it up.
Mary
Very good. Yeah.
That's funny.
Just like fucking damn it.
I like that.
It kind of comes out the gate like swinging. It tried to do some ambience, but it's just like fuck it.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I like it. It sounds like that little guitar riff is on a loop.
It's a fine intro though. Yeah.
And then
Intro's fine.
and then you've got this one's yeah. No reason to talk about structure with this one, I guess.
I mean,
most of this album is pretty much verse chorus.
Oh yeah, well, structure and
maybe a bridge. This one has a bridge.
Structure and instrumentation. This is about as simple as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. I like what they do with the song. It's very bouncy. Yeah, but vocals definitely sticking out. I said, hey, I want to think about my first wife. Some shit like that. I can do it while the song is playing, but like remembering it afterwards, it's like fuck. It's like trying to draw Pokemon from memory. It's like you can kind of get there, but
I never
you're
know
gonna get the abridged version.
I never know if you're listening to it or not.
To the music, yeah. I mean, ideally, I will be listening to it when I'm listening to music.
No, I mean, during the podcast, because you got your one earbud.
Oh. So on and off. Whenever I feel like I need a refresher. Otherwise, most of the podcast is just me doing like the parts of the song, or just jamming.
Obviously, a lot of these, the appeal of a lot of these, obviously, is going to be the lyrics again. For me, because the Gaslight Anthem became one of my favorite bands after a breakup. Yeah, it was like Alkaline Trio and then Gaslight Anthem.
And a lot of the lyrics are very centered around that.
The lyrics are very much about being like lonely. It's about like small towns. Their whole sound and a lot of what they sing about really brings up like a feeling of nostalgia for shit. Like it's just a nostalgic sounding album. And kind of makes you nostalgic for shit that you didn't even experience. So I love that about it. And the Menzingers kind of do that for me too. Their sound, I don't know, it's something with that their spacey vibe.
What Gaslight does a lot is it's what gives them like a very bouncy type of sound or feel with the songs is yeah, they're very bouncy, and it's mostly the drums kind of like that's the opposite of like leaning into it. It's kind of like anticipating it a bit more instead of like an actual. It kind of waits just a tad bit long. He's a bit late on the short kick on the kick hit, and there's no like fundamental one, at least on the song, so it's just some shit like that. Oh, how's it go? Let me listen. Yeah, he's still doing the he's doing the punk beat, but he's like slowing. He's being a bit later on it to give it a little more like spring upwards. Yeah, I guess it's really hard to describe it, but I hope you got it. You get what I mean. You're just eating.
I had a mouthful.
Yeah, you had a big old mouthful.
Still do.
The drums are still very tight though. Like the fact that he's doing it is just kind of like, it's just damn. He's really good at timing, so like not tear it at all. But you can hear there's some empty space in there when you're listening with the song. I mean, other than that, yeah, the vocals they work off of that. Well, mostly the case for Gaslight Anthem. It's a solid ass track. I like it.
Yeah, I've always liked this one. This one I think I overplayed back in the day, so I never like choose this one out to listen to. But you have heard it because sometimes I just would play through this album.
Oh yeah, I've heard this a bunch.
Yeah, and
you played the shit of this song now.
And I do play the song. Like, I've performed this at open mics before because it's an easy one to keep in your back pocket. Most of their songs are just tune down, a whole step and play A minor, F, and C and G. And that's it. And this was one of those. So, track 2 is the 59 sound.
Yeah, I got the title track now.
Also, big one. One of the first songs of theirs that I fell in love with. I really love the how the melody goes from the chords go from A minor to E minor. Which song?
I definitely appreciate a bit more of the cleaner sounding guitars. That we actually get some sub melody with it.
Oh,
like
you
climbing
mean
up and down like with the notes.
Or are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about that.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Yeah, in the second verse, when the melody goes, when the metal hit the glass, and like the chords go from A minor to E minor. I always love that because like I was kind of expecting it to do like a major. When I first like heard the song, when I was getting to know it, and I liked kind of that subtle touch of melancholy in there. Also a very nostalgic sounding song, and of course it's about death, but I think it approaches it in a very like lighthearted and like solemn way that resonates. So that's about the emotional side of it. You can talk about your thoughts on it. I played this one.
I thought, if anything, based on the lyrics that I grasped, I thought it was like, I don't know, just them talking about music. That's what I thought the 59 sound like kind of meant and came from.
The 59 sound.
Yeah, like that sound that you get in 1959.
The coming through on grandmama's radio. Did you hear? Well, it says, did you hear the rattling chains in the hospital walls? He's talking about Marley's chains from the beginning. Did you hear the old gospel choir when they came to carry you over? It's about dying. It's like this concept of what do you hear when you die? Like, do you hear your favorite song one last time?
I see.
Yeah.
I don't imagine you hear anything, honestly.
Well, yeah, but obviously it's like a spiritual take. That's
just me answering the question.
Yeah. But I think it's a really kind of beautiful and like, I don't know. I wanted to say morbid, but it's not.
No, I didn't know about that as the underlying theme.
I really love it, and I did play this. I did a cover of this when my grandpa just recently passed away and put it on my social medias. Just, to do a little something for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a really powerful song, and I think it's really nails this upbeat, driving kind of fun. Like you can jam out to this, but you can also feel the song on a deeper level. So.
That's cool if you can do that. I don't think I could feel it on a deeper level.
Yeah,
just in the nature of the sound. I don't know. I hear this stuff. Just both of the things we're talking about today. Both of these just make me want to like go out and run or something. I can definitely do that with either of these things.
That's why.
I mean, because Gaslight is very, at least this album is just very driving,
Very, very driving. I love that.
Like that's going to come through like first and foremost for me is like the tone of the music itself.
That's why it appealed for me, Gaslight, because they were very driving, and I was really still a punk child when I found them.
Again, I think the vocals are a big strength on this track too.
And it is
it kind of shows off a bit more range, like when he gets to like the mid lower register. I just like when hearing him sing in that register. I don't know what it is. It's very pleasing to me.
Like, which part are you talking about? Like the young boys, young girls ain't supposed to die on a Saturday night. Yeah.
when it takes a little bit of a break and it kind of builds back up.
Yeah, I really like that.
Which again, good stuff. I like good that's doing that.
Oh, you know what I love about the song that like I kind of took and did in one of mine is that little like the muted strings at the pre-chorus. I know, 'cause we were kids and we used to hang and like the guitar comes in. And, yeah. I did one of those. I really love that little subtle.
Like,
I love how it sounds.
It kind of starts like building it up a bit.
Yeah.
Almost like it's cocking it. I really like that.
Do you hear the 59 sound? Yeah, I love it both times or however many times it does that. So still one of my favorites. Surprisingly, I probably played this as much as Great Expectations, but this one doesn't lose its spark for me quite as much. So, yeah, I love it. I haven't thought of what my favorites are on here because I just know the album too well. But this is up there.
Yeah, it's definitely this is one of the singles, I guess, for me also.
Mm-hmm.
Another standout, I guess.
I think the first 3 songs are all singles technically, like when the album came out. So yeah, the next song, Old White Lincoln. This one took a little longer to grow on me. Yeah, you get a car.
I wish the bass was doing a bit more, not gonna lie. And it also does sound a bit hollow in the beginning.
It's just kind of...
It sounds like it's being played on a really tiny, shitty amp. It sounds a little choked off. Maybe it's because I only have one ear in.
It's not...
Put the other ear in.
It's not how the bass stays.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's just the beginning part.
No, it was kind of a choice to have the bass sound like that at the beginning. It's not really here or there for me. But I do like the sound the guitar has when it comes in. I think it's just like some pretty simple chords, but it sounds nice and drony. I like the subtle. Yeah, I like the subtle when the vocals come in. If I could write, tell you how much I miss these nights. I think I like the verses more than the chorus on this one, but it is a very catchy chorus.
Yeah, it's a very catchy chorus. It's repeated quite a bit though, which is how it gets the. There's a lot of things that you can be like, oh, this is how it gets the pop punk moniker.
Mm-hmm. No strength in my arms. I really like the.
I just like how it flows. You know, the chorus, like just rhythmically with pitch, just keeps going. It's satisfying when groups are able to pull that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like how we think of Streetlight with what's the song even called? I forget the name of it.
I don't know which one you were.
Got a gun in my hand, the gun won't cock.
Oh,
yeah, that's just
right.
Just a really long
point,
but like satisfying, string of words, rhythms, and all that stuff.
Yeah, point counterpoint.
Yeah, point counterpoint. That's it. I was blanking on
you
it.
And your high top stickers and your tattoos. Yeah, probably my favorite part of this one is the bridge, though. It's just kind of strips everything back, and then it comes back in for one last chorus. And I always dream plastic on a movie screen. Get him singing lower, which you mentioned in the last song.
Yeah, that I really like when he does that, just in general.
Yeah. I like this one. Yeah. Not as much as the 59 sound, the song, but I don't think there are any songs on here I don't like, which shouldn't be surprising. So, what about you?
I mean, other than the chorus in the song, it kind of just falls a bit under the radar.
Sure.
Again, that's for me.
Mm-hmm.
High Lonesome.
High Lonesome.
Oh, I see. There we go. That goes with the lonely theme that you were talking about. I don't really look at the song names, if you gathered as much.
Oh, wait. Was I just... Is that how this one goes?
No, yeah, I think you were on it. I was talking. I didn't really hear you. Yeah, it starts off with the...
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. What are the first lyrics?
Yeah, you got a lot higher sounding and cleaner sounding guitars for punk, which is I don't know. That's appreciated for me.
Yeah, the guitars.
I like hearing the voices and the quality of the instrument actually come through.
Yeah, the guitars are very clean on this, which gives it kind of that nostalgia as opposed to the nostalgic feel I was talking about. It's very spacey and very kind of clean, but I don't know. It's just so open. Fuck, what was I going to say? I don't know.
This song kind of keeps its momentum going throughout.
Ambulance to stay.
Like even during the singing, the guitar's kind of doing its own little.
Dun, 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 dun. I love that bass just doing that. Like it
I
adds
think
a
the
lot.
bass could be much better, just in general throughout this album.
Yeah, I mean it's not doing anything super impressive, but I think it's impactful. Just hitting that dun, 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 like the that staccato kind of thing that it's hitting here with the drums. Dun, 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 dun. The drums are so satisfying how tight they are. But my favorite part of this one is the chorus. I mean, I've always liked the lyrics a lot there, and it's a reference to a Counting Crows song, which is pretty cool too. Maria came from Nashville with a suitcase in her hand.
Yeah, I mean the drums are tight, which is what it needs to be for an album like this. You know, the sound itself isn't as tight though, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
For most, I think you get it.
I think that's
like the snare isn't, it's punchy, but it's not incredibly punchy. It's not super clean, but that helps it a lot a bit to kind of like even things out.
Yeah, the musicianship is tight, but the sound is wide and spacey, and I think that's how they create that atmosphere of nostalgia to my mind. But I am not the only one who feels like this like nostalgia from this music or from Menzingers or anything. Like I don't know if you do.
I don't know.
You don't.
No.
So
I don't. Yeah, it's fine that you say like you get this nostalgia feel, but like I don't think I have that for really any music.
Yeah,
I'm like this sounds nostalgic. I'm like I don't know.
I'm saying like I've seen plenty of other people, so it's like kind of this phenomenon, something that they're doing between this and whatever the Menzingers do, this kind of cross of Americana and kind of more upbeat, clean tones and spacey production. It kind of just gives this cool, subtle longing for the past. Nostalgia. And I love it.
Sure.
So what do you have for this one?
Absolutely. I'm kind of skipping through. It does keep the same momentum up a bit.
I didn't think this one would do much for you.
It's not doing a lot for me, honestly.
Because it kind of does stay on the same wavelength the whole time. Like,
yeah, it's fine. It just doesn't do a whole lot for me.
Yeah, like a punk song tends to do. It kind of picks an energy and it stays like that throughout. Of course, I really do like this one. I picked this one, to just listen to every now and then. But yeah, if you don't have much more to say about it.
I think I'm good, honestly. You pretty much took that one over.
Yeah, the next song is another one of my favorites.
This one's one of my favorites too.
Film Noir.
Film Noir.
I really love the vocals on this one. Especially in this.
It's just immediately different because it starts off way more, laid back, relaxed.
I'm almost
you got a way more subdued drum beat.
And then when it goes into it, like you can feel that shit. So I like that.
This is the range where I think his voice works the best. I don't know why.
Like that, like singing lower.
Yeah, I think he just gets a lot more expression out of it, and it's a good polarity between when he jumps up an octave and he actually get the guitars. It's just cardinals, but it's helping to drive it because the vocals are doing most of the work. It's like a front wheel drive type of thing. Excuse me. Who told you to stop?
I love the when he does hit those high notes in this too.
Okay, my headphones just decided to stop working for a second. Okay.
And then when he goes up to the like, I love that.
Yeah, it's definitely just building up to that moment.
And
where you can hit the high point.
And then if anything, the chorus like is a little underwhelming compared to the build up of the rest of the song for me. The outlet of fire that wouldn't go out. Like, I like it. But I guess it's like one of those rare occasions where the chorus is a bit more underwhelming than the rest. Like, like Longview.
I don't think it's a long view for me with the chorus.
No,
I think
that's good.
It's pretty good throughout.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, my favorite part is because obviously when he puts the words like all you ever really wanted was for someone to understand, like, those are great lyrics
Sugar
to put with that
spice and everything nice.
Yeah, there's like, he finds great lyrics to put with the level of urgency in his vocals. Definitely, yeah, a standout. I think this one and High Lonesome kind of fall into the same like area for me. I know they're pretty different tracks, but it's a nice little pocket on the album if you're listening through the whole thing. And you're almost at the end. Yeah, if you have anything, you can say what you want.
Oh yeah, I said it throughout. Probably one of the high points of the album for me. One of my faves. Though it's a bit too repetitive for me.
Mm-hmm. And then Miles Davis.
Well, it's good. It's good what we got going down, but it just kind of repeats the same thing 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
The third time he does like drop down back.
Oh yeah.
Are
you talking about
you get
the
a little more relaxed, but then it picks right back up immediately. And it's just like, it could. I felt like it could have just ended there, and I would have been fine with it. But it is fine the way it ends.
Sugar and spice, everything.
Oh, actually, I do quite like the ending. It could have ended. I feel like it could have ended when it got lower too. But I do like how
it goes like
the
halftime.
drums like slow it down.
Yeah, it goes into halftime for the end. Cool.
No, he does. He plays triplets. That's what.
Oh, the time taking.
Yeah, he does
away.
quarter note triplets.
I always forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I always forget about the ending.
That's a nice, cool way of like kind of putting the brakes on the song a bit.
Mm.
Very rhythmically interesting too. So good job on that drummer.
Cool.
I like that shit. Miles Davis and the Cool. First time I'm reading that title.
Miles Davis. I do like this one. Well, of course, I like them all. But I'm just taking a second. Don't wait too long
he listening to
come home. My heart of years when our youth pass on.
You already have way more of a I guess of a pup type of drum rhythm, of that kind of syncopation. I guess that's almost of a salsa type beat, isn't it? I don't know about salsas like specifically, but it's definitely like almost of a Hispanic type of rhythm. I'm talking about way like in the origin.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like how like almost like that type of dance beat.
I love the little drony guitars that they have come in every now and then. It's just such a subtle support. Yeah, this one never it kind of keeps that feel throughout the entire track.
I feel like the instruments call for something a bit more different when the vocals like come up a bit in the chorus, quote unquote, Because he's kind of doing his own rhythm, but the drums still insist on doing the.
Yeah, it adds.
It kind of
adds some cymbals.
I don't know. I kind of think like it kind of needs a different drum beat there from like the rhythm that the singer is hitting. You know, like kind of what he's going for.
I've never thought of.
Well, just listening to it now, I'm like, that kind of sounds like odd. I don't know, maybe in the part that I was at, because I was thinking like I think the vocals are also a bit asymmetric on this too.
Oh yeah, probably. There's the build. It's always an interesting choice.
Oh yeah, that the build to a key change, isn't it?
I don't even think the key changes.
No, it doesn't. We clearly forgot how the song goes.
No, there's that like 25-second build, and then it goes back into the chorus. It's kind of an interesting like artificial way to make the song a bit longer, and add another chorus in there.
Yeah, that build didn't really seem to accomplish much, or just kind of came out of nowhere. It was just chorus, and then it was.
It was like instead of a bridge or a solo or anything, instead.
Yeah, I don't know. This song doesn't really seem all that refined to me compared to the other ones that we talked about.
Sure. Maybe aside from the storytelling, yeah.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah, that's a thing that's in here. But I'm talking musically.
And then the patient Ferris wheel. Not tonight. Not tonight.
I feel like the bass is carrying more of its weight because it already sounds like more of a wide kind of song, like in the intro.
I like the just 3 hits on the snare in the intro. In the great abyss, just.
Yeah, and then we already get a more memorable chorus with this one too.
The chorus?
Yeah. I never felt so strange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I also like the group vocals, like just doing call and response in the back.
Oh yeah, that's
It just sounds like they're shouting from the back.
That's Dickie Barrett. He's
Who's Dickie?
He's from Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, so I thought that was cool. We saw them live.
Yeah, I know Boss Tones.
I know, Ferris wheel. That's a cool little cameo there.
Yeah, and the drums also hit the toms there and do a little bit of extra rhythm stuff to shake it up. Give it a much deeper sound too.
This one took a bit to grow on me when I first started listening to them, but I really like it now.
Yeah, this part's fine.
Oh, it's made you smile. Yeah, I skipped over to the end.
Yeah, it also keeps up the same momentum too, like we said. Same tone also.
It's got a bit stronger of a distortion than a lot of songs on here, which is still a weaker distortion than a lot of punk albums, but
oh yeah,
but it's still
just compared to the other tracks.
Yeah, compared to the other tracks, there's a bit more of a bite to the distortion on this one. So, yeah, I like it. Well, yeah, for if there was a song that I didn't give a chance for a while, it was actually this next one.
I really like this opening.
Casanova, baby.
The shaking it up with the snare drum, doing it off of the playing, and the guitar playing upbeats off of it. It's definitely more of a boogie.
It's like, let's dance.
And you get a lot higher of guitars too, doing its own riff.
Yeah, so I don't know why I didn't
It's kind of like a faux solo almost. It's like, oh, it does what it wants to, and then fades out. Get the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more subtle with here, letting the vocals like breathe do its own thing too.
Mm-hmm.
They let each other breathe, which is cool. They're not trying to like go on top of each other, which I feel like the that other song was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Miles Davis and the Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there were a few concepts that were running each other over, but here, a lot more separated, more refined too.
I think I still do prefer Miles Davis to this one. I don't know what it is with this one. It is a bit the chorus can get a bit repetitive to me. It's so much rather than her. But it definitely keeps that kind of pep in its step throughout the whole song.
It's a pep in the step, but it just doesn't do a whole lot else other than that.
Yeah.
Which is what I guess the what my main qualm with the album is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, it's a cool idea. It doesn't do much else with it though.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are a few songs like 59 Sound and Great Expectations that do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one doesn't quite move enough for me.
Or Film Noir also. That's another one. It's a big one.
Yeah, this one doesn't have like. I like that they're at least trying different ways to bridge between choruses, but sometimes it works a little better than others. I think, like they had in Miles Davis, there's that build that just goes into
came out of nowhere,
and then in this one, it just kind of takes a second, and goes. And then like does that a couple times, and then it's back to the chorus. So it's not necessarily always just putting in a bridge. Sometimes it's just putting in like a little I don't know. The word is still like bridge in my mind, but it's certainly not like a whole new section. It's kind of just a little thing to connect them.
Yeah, I think that's also. It could be just a problem that they've had throughout the album.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's always in the back half of the songs where it's like, oh, we need to get into the chorus, but I don't know how to quite get there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like trying to just chase after like constant, high points almost. Which makes sense, It's it's the whole like pop half of this genre.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and then
there you go, Casanova Blues.
Even cowgirls get the blues.
Even cowgirls get the blues. This is the title that cracked me up last time, and I think it's my favorite song on this album.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's one of my favorites. Yeah, I love pretty much everything about this one. I haven't seen Sandy. I love
a much more refined riff right in the beginning.
Yeah. And then you get they build on the riff too throughout the song. Sweet and sexy
but
guitar.
It also opens up with this bluesy type of verse.
Yeah. My favorite part in this is just how he changes up. He kind of goes freestyling on the vocals in the second verse.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
Could I get away, that's pretty baby?
I mean, this whole song is fucking swinging.
Still love Tom Petty songs and driving old man crazy. And now, well, yeah, probably the best chorus maybe on the album. Yeah, here. I just love his voice here.
Yeah, and again, he builds up to that. This is the one of the songs where they put the work in to build up to that high point.
This one and Film Noir, I think, both put that in. Yeah. I'll drive you crazy tonight. And then the ending. Yeah, there's a bit more going on here.
Slight variation on the on that riff, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I guess how much there is to say, but it is one of my favorites for sure. yeah, kind of the previous stretch between film noir and this one is a bit of like a lull in the track listing, and then this one picks it back up for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
So cool. Yeah, like the first 5 songs I love, and then kind of the middle, and then kind of the middle comes down a bit, and then this brings it back. And then you get Meet Me by the River's Edge. Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I hear it playing on your phone over there, and I hear 0 guitar. I only hear vocals.
Yeah.
It just come out of nowhere. The band woke up. That's really funny from my end. No one else can hear that. This was all right.
I think it's very catchy. Nice defined verse and chorus. Sally said, I can't take no.
Okay. If it's this song, then yeah, then I like this song. Yeah, well, that bumped it up.
Oh, I really love the bridge here too. The 101 on a California night, and I'm amazed at all the stars. Okay, now I'm just singing it, but I really love that whole bridge. I'm not sure if we belong here, if we ever really left, or if I can go home. I love that. Yeah, this one's real good.
It's an interesting rhythm that it's got going on with the sound, and it works out. You know,
it tends to fly under the radar for me when I think about the album, but it's great. Really good one. And then, I mean, unless you had anything else for it.
I guess we touched on it. We're kind of touching on it now because it's like, we've already explained quite a few other things.
We've explained a lot of the, a lot of the recurring themes and elements musically on the album.
Drums are, pretty much the same.
Here's Looking at You, Kid is notable as the low-key cut of the album. And I really like it, but didn't know how much it would do for you. I guess you like when
really like this song.
You like when he sings in that range, so.
I really like the song.
I really like the lyrics too.
I think the tone of guitar works really well off of it.
Mm-hmm. I like how subtle the drums come in, and it just.
And then you get another a high voice out there for some ambience. Or just to smooth things out even further.
I always have loved what their second guitarist does with just his little, the little ambience he adds. He does it on Get Hurt as well.
Yeah, this one's reminiscent of Get Hurt. This is more like the stuff that I would find on there. So I guess that explains a little bit better why I prefer that one a little bit more.
All these stars and all these trees. But yeah, I really like this one. Really like, it's definitely a lyric song. Like when I'd show this to friends, because it's kind of another loner song about not having luck with love. So it's a nice little subtle track.
Yeah, and even then the drums are pulling off 16th notes too, just off the snare, but it doesn't overcomplicate it or make it too drivey or over abrasive or anything.
It's very quiet.
It fits with it's a driving tempo, keep things moderate and everything, which is pretty good for a more subdued kind of almost ballad song. Well, I guess this is as close as we're gonna get with it's a ballad with Gaslight Anthem, but
this is one of my.
Pull it off. I like this shit. More of this in the album, please.
This was one of my favorites when I first heard the album. That's for sure. And then into the closing track, The Backseat, which
I like this opening quite a bit.
Okay, that's good. I was gonna say I don't know how much this will do for you, because it kind of does stay. It kind of gives you a sound and sticks with it throughout. But I guess no, it does have it lets the song breathe. Every chorus it gets to.
You also get a more classic drum beat with this too.
Yeah.
You know, not just a punk beat. It's way more moderate.
The Ideal Angel. I used to play this one. I think it is a great closer, even though it's not your typical closer. It does feel like it could have been maybe a song. It wouldn't have to be the last song.
I think it kind of fits as the closer.
I think it works as the closer, but it doesn't have this feeling of finality, or it's not extra epic or anything.
No, that's fine.
But it's a perfect closer for this album, I think. And it is one of my favorites also.
Yeah, again, moderate closers work just fine too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's really hard to explain, like the type of feeling it gives, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
or what it accomplishes. But like, yeah, it doesn't have to be a whole bombastic end. It's not like it just ends either.
No, I do like the little like.
Yeah, I think it's just the way it's structured and its chords. It just kind of gives a sense of closure.
I like that he's just yelling, "Hold on, hold on." And that's like kind of where the album ends lyrically. Yeah. So yeah, my favorites are. This is one of them, and the 59 sound.
Yeah, that was a solid track. Yeah, I was listening to it now.
High Lonesome, Film Noir, Even Cowgirls Get the Blues. Here's Looking at You, Kid. Backseat.
Oh God, it's so quiet out here.
It's a very.
I took my thing off and stopped the music. It's so quiet.
Mm-hmm. It's a very solid album for me that I have a lot of connection to, I guess. I was listening to pretty much their whole discography a lot during hard time in my life, but this one definitely stood out. Like I said, the song The 59 Sound is one of the first songs I love from them, and I still covered it pretty recently for when my grandpa passed away.
Yeah, which you said like not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like not 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I wanted to reiterate.
Yeah.
And that's the album. So, what do you think?
Pretty good. I dig me some Gaslight Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
They're fun to listen to.
Yeah.
There's some lulls, and just a lot of it does devolve almost into like kind of driving music.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when they got shit refined, what it sounds like they really got an idea, or they really worked for something, and then it really pays off well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been really cool to see an album like filled almost with those like high point songs that we went over, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, with what you get from that, you get moving pictures, I think. But yeah, anyways, I think it's a solid album. I still prefer Get Hurt though.
Mm-hmm.
For the reasons I said, and then we went into we kind of like went and discovered a little bit of why.
Yeah.
So with that, I guess it's gonna get a light 7 from me.
Cool. This one's also a 9 for me. So that's
for more like sentimental and emotional attachment reasons.
Well, I mean, it's a classic in my eyes. And yeah, it does mean a lot to me. Even though it's not my favorite, my favorite is Sink or Swim, which was their first album, which, like I said, is like this, but it's a lot more gritty and grimy sounding, a lot more punk sounding. And that one, I don't know if that's a 9 or a 10 for me, but yeah. Great.
Interesting.
Great. So that's that. Now
that is that.
Now
a highly anticipated podcast.
Do you know what
we're in the books? I guess I don't know.
Do you know what we're doing next week?
The fuck, what are we doing next week?
It's your choice. So I guess you haven't figured it out.
It's a mystery for all of us, isn't it?
Okay, good. Then I guess we're getting right into recommendations.
Yes, sir. Yes. What's going on? What we got going on?
You
What
know,
are the new things that you've been looking into?
yeah, you know who you're getting.
I do.
Because you forgot who I was going to give you. So I didn't have to commit to it anymore. I can just save that for a week or two. Or, 2 or 4 weeks, actually. So yes, you are getting indie folk legend,
Oh God.
Sufjan Stevens. Sufjan Stevens presents Come On, Feel the Illinois. Illinois. Listen to Illinois by
It'd be funny
Sufjan
if
Stevens.
they spell Illinois like to play off of, like just putting like noise,
That is what they
That's
did.
what you've been listening to apparently.
That is what they did. I've been listening to a lot of
wait,
stuff.
What the fuck is it called?
Illinois. Sufjan Stevens. Yeah, there's the whole subtitle. Come on, feel the Illinois.
Oh, so
But
they did
it's
do
just
that.
called
Okay.
Illinois. Yeah.
Oh boy, it's a chunky boy, ain't it?
Is a chonky boy. An hour and 14 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Or
What are you making me
something
put
like
in my
that.
library?
Yeah. So he's been all over the place with his discography. I don't really know how to describe this one, but it's not anything crazy. It's just it's a little more like happy, upbeat sounding for indie, the indie that I usually listen to. So don't expect like Elliott Smith or Bright Eyes, but
Oh, good.
expect. Okay.
Yeah, more uplifting.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's why. Yeah.
it's like I thought you'd dig some Elliott Smith, but
I dig me smell it.
yeah,
And Bright Eyes is neat, but like, goddamn.
this one's it is more uplifting. It's a concept album about Illinois, part of his 50 States project, which turned out to just be a joke. He only did Michigan and Illinois. But yeah, this is his classic, I think. I'm still learning about Sufjan, and he's done a bunch of different shit that I was showing you in the car. He's done
Keyword some shit.
He's done some Elliott Smith type albums, but he's also done some weird glitchy
Some
stuff
nothing albums.
and some droney stuff and Christmas albums and all this different shit. So yeah, this one's like a kind of folky, poppy, rocky indie album for you. See what you think.
Oh boy.
Yay.
Oh boy, we're really going into the folk punk.
No punk.
Thing.
I wouldn't say there's much punk.
No, okay, folk
influence.
indie. Yeah, that's the.
There's
word.
some Baroque.
Oh
on here.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. So far, you're throwing these terms at me, and it's like, oh no.
Mm-hmm. Well, open your mind.
I hope I'm gonna like it. No, I mean
Yeah.
it's just you're hitting me in the same spots
Uh-huh.
as a few other things.
Oh, what are you thinking? 'Cause
I always think neutral milk whenever you say like
no,
what those words that you mentioned.
closer to Decemberist than Neutral Milk Hotel,
Oh yeah, thank God.
but
okay.
not very close to Decemberist either. It's pretty much its own
As long
thing.
as it's leaning in that direction, I'm cool with that.
It's not lo-fi at all. His voice is very soft and smooth and Elliott-esque. So yeah. So
Cool.
what are you hitting me with?
Let's see. Remember how I told you I had like 5 or so lined up or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot them all just because
No,
they
you
kept
didn't.
piling on top of each other.
Okay.
You'll get them probably eventually. But it's cool. I have backups. I got new shit. It's just I'm shifting gears,
Okay.
So I guess unexpected rec from me. Yeah, you're just gonna get it like in the same vein as moving pictures. More
Okay.
music.
Cool.
More music.
I was scared it was gonna be a game because I haven't had time for the games.
No. You're gonna have to wait on the next game for a second.
Okay.
There might be another.
So another
one.
double music podcast in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Don't hate us.
Yeah, we're the music podcast now. It's fine, guys. We can talk more about games. Just give me a minute to play some shit, or look at my backlog to see what James would like.
Well, I try to give you something different every 3 weeks, so I don't give you like 3 albums in a row, even if I want to. So I guess you'll probably get a movie next.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen any movies like recently. That's just how it goes. Anyways, Yeah, it's a cool little album that I looked into recently from a neat little band. So you're gonna get Out of the Blue by ELO,
Out of
Electric
the
Light Orchestra.
Out of the that's the second thing that we're talking about. Yes. Okay.
Yes, that's what you're getting as a rec.
Do they actually go by ELO
Yeah.
or
You can-
Electric Light Orchestra? What are they on Spotify as?
Either. I don't
Okay.
know. I think they're on Spotify as Electric Light Orchestra,
Okay.
but like, yeah, they've been colloquialized as ELO.
Okay. So,
You can probably type that in. And
is there anything else you want to tell me about it?
Oh, other than it's amazing. Yeah, it's an amazing album. That's all I gotta say about it.
Okay.
It's just that I want to share this. That's all. It's what I got also from Amoeba today.
Oh, cool. Electric Light Orchestra. Yep, they came up. So, perfect. 1977. You also gave me a long album. So,
Yeah. So yeah, you gave me a chunky album. It's like fine. I got a chunky one for you too.
perfect.
But like pretty much every song on this album can be a single.
Mm-hmm.
I guess to put into into easier terms, I think they're they're a true Beatles successor.
Yeah.
But like they're kind of in their own camp. Like that's like the base level I can really describe them as. It's kind of like Rush. Like
Okay.
they're their own thing, you know, and everybody loves ELO. Like come on.
I'm looking forward to reading the names of the songs off the album I gave you next week. Because
Yeah, I already saw there were some long ass titles.
there are some very long titles. So I'm going to pull out the CD or vinyl so I can actually read the titles when we talk about it. Because I will be determined to read every word. All right.
Oh boy, that should be fun. Yeah,
All
I'm not even gonna look at the titles.
Yeah, don't bother. Don't bother.
Cool.
You'll have to have your earbuds.
Good to know.
Yeah.
You know, you can listen to this while driving. This is a good driving album, I guess.
Great.
I will recommend headphones though.
Okay.
Just in general. Listen with headphones. God
In
damn it.
general. All right. Cool. That's it then. Let's blow out this candle.
There we go, guys. 2 more albums in the works, and out the candle goes. See you next week. Bye bye.